work right now. No. Actually, not. No. Hold on, I'll call right back.
Family, well. We back with another vlog. And right now I'm currently eating these new chicken cutlets with some barbecue sauce and some Chick-fil-A sauce. It's kinda reminded me of Chick-fil-A a little bit, but it's a little bit different. It got that ribeye meat in it, so but it's cooked a little bit more, so it got like a little more crunchier taste. I'm a little upset at myself because I don't have any vegetables in the plate. And we were just talking about eating a little healthier. Yesterday I did go a plate full of dates and pineapple, so I made up for it yesterday. But this video, I really wanted to just chop it up with y'all and just express to y'all how we in the point of being a period of life right now where it's essential that you protecting your energy. And when I say that, man, it's so many angles that you can come from when it talks about protecting your energy. Meaning the people that you're talking to, the thing that you watch, the music that you're listening to, and just the conversations you have and the thoughts that you have and the actions that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. I know one of the things that we could all get caught up in if we're not being aware is just scrolling, whether that be social media, whether that be YouTube, whether that may be, something else that you may like to watch. A lot of that stuff, it takes energy away from you, and we be feeling like sometimes like, dang, we just so tired, or you might be feeling lazy, not really understanding it's the thing that you're doing throughout the day that's taking energy away from you, that may be stopping you from doing something else. If you are going to, allow things to drain your energy, it's important that it's things that's going to be beneficial to you and not things that's meant to destroy you. It seems like if you really pay attention to the world, it seems like a lot of the things out here is either meant to make you spend your money, it's meant to destroy you, destroy your strength, make you sick. You feel me? Even to the foods that we eat, like everything that's advertised to you is meant to keep you broke or keep you sick. That's why a lot of people may look at me a little different and be like you don't like to go out, you don't like to have fun, you don't like to buy new clothes, you don't have to do this, do that. And it's not that, but I feel like I'm conscious of certain things. Like, it's okay to do those things, but to make them a habit in your life, it's almost like you falling victim to, what they want you to do. Even to the way that we eat, we drink. You feel me? Like, I know for a minute, it was a point in time in my life where I hated drinking water. I wouldn't say hated, but if you told me, do you want water or do you want juice? I definitely want to pick the juice. And to be honest, I'm not saying juice is not good, but I'm understanding like you drink juice, there's more sugar. You feel me? There's more sugar going to the gut. There's more sugar going into your blood. You feel me? And that type of stuff make you tired too. And it kind of defeats the purpose of you taking care of your health. Now, I'm not saying we're going to ever get to the point of being perfect, but I do understand that as you are practicing just, creating better habits for yourself, it's ultimately going to affect your life in a major way. A lot of times when you think about bettering your life, all you think about is more money, but just think about it. The more money that you get, the more you're going to increase the bad habits that you already have. So if you used to eating junk food or you used to eating, things that's going to diminish your health, more money is just going to increase that. You feel me? So you're going to make yourself sicker. You're going to probably put yourself in more debt if you have those habits. And, I'm just here to just remind all of us the most important thing is to take care of yourself. You feel me? Protect your energy. If you're dealing with people that, they make you feel low or, they make you feel bad after you get finished talking to them, maybe those may not be the people that you want to be around or hang around. A lot of times, people will be upset at you for, changing or doing things differently. They feel like you're switching up, or they might feel like, you're not being yourself. In actuality, you can always be yourself, but the versions of you should always change if you don't want to stay at a certain place, certain place mentally, a certain place physically, you feel me? A certain place spiritually, because I realized it was anger and it was adrenaline that was driving me. You feel me? That was driving me for a very long time. When I got a chance to, evaluate my emotions and just separate from everything and everybody to be able to, deal with, everything that I was going through, the emotions, and, just allow myself to feel instead of mask and act like everything was okay. I realized that, it felt like I was losing energy. It felt like, I wasn't as motivated. It felt like I lost my drive. And it wasn't that I was losing my drive, but I was releasing everything from my body that, that no longer could be there in order for me to grow, evolve, and just become and grow into a better person. I had to release all those things. So I was releasing a lot of negative energy, a lot of toxic energy that was once driving me, and I felt like it was allowing me to keep going at a certain pace, but it was really deteriorating me on the inside. You feel me? And I realized that as I started, releasing those old energies and things like that, it seems like, my relationships that I did have started to get better. And I was just able to see things more clearly and be able to see myself a little bit better. That's why I'm telling you, you got to protect yourself with your energy, because you'll allow certain energy to attach to you or to be with you, and you may not even know why you acting the way you acting, or you may be feeling the way you feeling, but it's because of what you are allowing into your energy with your frequency. Feel me? That's why it's just always important that we are analyzing, the things that we doing on a day-to-day basis, especially in the world right now. Because if y'all do not know, it is a massive spiritual war going on out here. And if y'all don't know what that is different, energy forces and things that, will target you. And you feel me, to take you off your path or just allow you not to be as productive or just mess with your mind. You feel me? And, it'll cause you not to, basically live life and enjoy it. You feel me? I know everybody that's watching this has been through a period of time where it just seemed like you got negative thoughts popping up. You feel me? Your energy low. You feel me? You're not able to be productive. A lot of that has to do with, you being exposed to different things that's really not is not of benefit to you. And I had to realize, like, yeah, it might start seeming like, you cutting things off and your life may be getting a little boring, or you're not used to doing the things that you was once used to doing, but you'll realize your days will start being a lot smoother. Your rest will start being a lot more peaceful. Your days will start being a lot more productive and peaceful. I will say this year might have been a transition of me really understanding what peace is. And a lot of it had to do with me. You feel me? And this is what I allow myself to focus on. And I still will find myself getting caught up in thoughts that I know I gotta reverse. But it's you just being aware of yourself and just, allowing yourself for growth, allowing yourself for change. Because you deserve it. Don't ever allow somebody to make you feel bad for applying things to your life that they may not like, because you may not be giving them as much time, or you may not be condoning the thing that they used to doing or used to talking about. And I still got love for everybody, but I can notice a change when, you might get on the phone with somebody and they don't really got nothing good to talk about. You feel me? They just, they talking about somebody else, or, they just might have problem after problem after problem after problem. And don't get me wrong, I know you do have relationships where, you're able to talk to certain people, but we should definitely be, working on ourselves to, to be able to, get ourselves out of that situation if we are feeling like that. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it's extremely hard, especially if you're used to operating out of that type of chaos. But what I will say is that's the self-work that needs to be done if you're not used to doing that. And I'm going to tell you, it's like night and day. It's night and day. And ever since, I've been kind of cleansing my energy, I'm kind of fearful to go back to, operating in that type of energy, you feel me? And just, even wanting to hear it, even wanting to hear some of the negativity. I don't even want to hear it. Like I told y'all before, some of the music, I'm kind of like, yo, turn that off. Like, you might think I'm a cornball. You might think, you feel me, like I'm a weirdo or something, like, because I don't want to listen to certain music. But it's not that, but I understand how it makes me feel. I'm starting to be aware of things that uplift my mood and things that, tear down my mood or tear down my energy. And that's really what it is, y'all. Don't ever let nobody, coerce you or make you feel like you're wrong for, wanting to better yourself. Or just wanting to be healthier all around the board. Your mental, your spiritual, your physical, and all of that tie into your finances too, because when you operating out of the wrong energy, 9 times out of 10, you're going to do things that you really wasn't planning on doing, but because it makes you feel good, you might do it. You might spend a little extra on clothes. You might spend a little extra on food just to try to make you comfortable, but you really just coping with some of the negative things that's going on with inside yourself. So that's all I really wanted to say, man. Protect your energy. Make sure, you're surrounded by good people, good love. And if you in that space where, you just surrounded by that, you got to, take time to yourself and find ways to, isolate so you can get yourself together. Because I'm not going to lie, you could have all the money, have access to everything in the world. If your energy not right, your life is over. It's going to seem like everything crashing down. And that's what it is. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell notification for more vlogs. Let's get it.